Welcome to Ryan Waters' Sports Drive.
Hi, this is Ben Rutledge, 2008 Olympic gold medalist.
Hi, this is Adriano Belli of the Toronto Argonauts. I just retired crushing quarterbacks, but I'm here with Ryan Waters.
Hey, it's Ryan Huska. You're listening to the Ryan Waters Sports Drive.
Now, here's your host, Ryan Waters.
On the on-air hotline right now is head coach of the women's basketball team up at UBC, Heather Semeniuk. And Coach, let's reflect on this past weekend. Your first action, regular season action in CIS. You saw Lethbridge, you saw Calgary. What'd you see from your players?
Oh, well, I really felt like the weekend was productive. The girls were very excited about, of course, starting up and playing their first league games. And it's always interesting and, and exciting, again, to go to a new city and a new gym you've never been to before and just see what the program is like there. It was productive, and I think the girls enjoyed it.
I want to ask you about the Calgary game. You start off in the first quarter against the Dinos. You scored just 5 points. But then the rest of the way, you really ran with the Dinos team. It was a very good team across the country, really. What did you see from that game? Well,
that first quarter, it was a bit. They were a bit jittery. I mean, that's a beautiful place to play in. It's big and grand, and I mean, they've got a video screen up. It was just more than they had ever seen before. Again, like they were embracing it, but it was just new and kind of a little nervous for them. Calgary came out, and we knew they would, and full court pressed. It's kind of strange to me why teams think they have to do that again, but maybe we should take that as a compliment.
You should, absolutely.
So the press was a little bit difficult. We'd gone over what we needed to do to break it, and they knew it, and it just took a few possessions to get in the groove. And then we did a good job of getting through it, and then kind of crumbled a little bit in our front court, which was unfortunate because then we made bad passes and we forgot that we needed to fake the pass and all those little basic things that you got to do in a game, especially against a good team. But it was really nice to see them get through that quarter and then regroup and go, okay, we need to score some points here. So the next quarter was definitely much better. And by half, we felt like we were at least back in the game. And then to go the rest of the game and only allow them to enlarge the spread by 9 points that was an accomplishment. We just really started to play, and we competed hard against their starting lineup because it wasn't. They were on the court. They played some good minutes, so it was good. It's always a good feeling to know that you can compete against their best.
Yeah. Obviously, those are some of the positive things you want to take away from the weekend. And last time we talked after your exhibition schedule was over, you were mentioning about the physical play, how the players weren't really used to that in the old college league, the BCCAA. Did you see more of that this weekend, and do you expect to see that this coming weekend and as the schedule progresses?
Very definitely. And the style of play varies also from team to team. But I would say, yes, the physicality, that factor is going to be there all the time because there's some pretty big girls out there. There are some that will play the physical game with aggressiveness as well, and we got a little bit of that from Calgary, but not too bad. I think against Calgary for us, the speed and the athleticism of the Calgary team was a little hard for us to contain. It's a fairly big court, 10 people running up and down the court. If you come up against somebody who has that quick twitch, muscle that they can just make two moves and you don't know where they are.
Right.
That's challenging for some of my players. So I would say that was a bigger factor, but physicality definitely, especially in the paint. And you're grinding it out for those rebounds, and we got hit a couple times pretty hard.
Well, who has the bigger adjustment as you enter Canada West? Are the veterans who are used to playing against those smaller players, maybe the physical play last year in the college league wasn't there, as we talked about, or is it the rookies who really just don't know any better?
Well, I would say it really depends on the player because, and the person. Hey, like your personality kind of lends itself to whether you're able to handle somebody thunking you one. But I would say that the seniors, the more veteran players, have adjusted more quickly, and the rookies have been taking a little bit longer. And just like turnovers in that game, there were just too many. They really hurt you. You can't constantly give the other team the ball when it's your turn to have an opportunity to score. And I think that, we need to work at bringing those down. Again, control our nerves and just get the younger players, because quite often, I do start with, second-year players and sometimes with a first-year player. And it's a big step for them. But I've got some pretty tough competitors, so I think that's all going to even out. As we go down the road, you said, to the other teams, we got we got Regina at the end of the week, or at the end of the month, sorry, and then we have UBC after Christmas and Trinity. We got some teams that have got some big bodies for sure. This weekend in particular against Fraser Valley, we found them to be a very aggressive physical team, so this weekend will be challenging for sure. Unfortunately, I have a couple of injuries right now, so we'll find out at tonight's practice. Hopefully those girls will be on the mend and hopefully will be with us on the weekend. But right now it's a little bit of an unknown.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about Fraser Valley, because you did see them in exhibition play, and you said they're physical, but you lost by 35 points. What do you take away from those games? Obviously, the experience is huge because you've seen them before. You know what they do. But what are some of the key factors that you're going to take away from that exhibition game and put it into this weekend?
Definitely ball control again, because they were another team that full court pressed us, and we just weren't ready. I mean, full court press is one thing at the college level, and you learn how to break it and you pass out of it. But at the CIS level, the quickness of the defense within the press is just, it's up a few notches. And then again, the size. The girls, they take up pieces of the floor. But I really feel that my girls have been progressing every week. I feel that every CIS team we've played since the end of September, every game has seen improvement. We've adjusted to things. And, to go down and score 68 points against Lethbridge and even to have 54 in the Calgary game, that says tons about them. They're adjusting.
Sure.
And they're figuring out what we have to do. So the Fraser Valley game we played back in September, I'm pretty sure it's going to be different. They're a good team, but I feel that we have made some adjustments already in our play. We can handle that pressure. We know that we need to score, and we know we need to play better defense. So all of those things are getting better, and I think it'll be definitely a better game against Fraser Valley this weekend.
Head coach of the women's basketball team up at UBC, that's Heather Semeniuk. Coach, good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks very much.
This has been the Ryan Waters Sports Drive.